Hello, welcome to Dungeon Dwellers Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Today is our latest review for March Martial Arts Madness Month, aka Wuxia Month. And we're reviewing another Donnie Yen movie because I don't know. I was looking through, I was going through my storage boxes where I have all my random movies and DVDs. And I saw, hey, I have this 3 movie collection, which has John Woo's Red Cliff, which I'm pretty sure I have this on Blu-ray. So it's like, why the fuck do I have this? But yeah, it also came with Seven Swords, which is what we're reviewing, and Three Kingdoms: Resurrection of the Dragon, starring Andy Lau and Sammo Hung, from the director of Black Mask. Daniel Lee. Which, fun fact, Tsui Hark, who directed this movie, directed Black Mask 2. Which Tsui Hark has a pretty cool filmography. Apparently, Jean-Claude Van Damme tried to help him out back in the 2000s to launch his American film career, but like he only made like 2 movies, which were not very good from what I hear. Yeah, but he directed this movie, and he directed like movies like what was it? Once Upon a Time in China with Jet Li, The Blade, which sounds cool. What was that one about? It was like about like some guy, factory worker, whose dad was killed, and he finds some secret manual and to learn martial arts, and he goes off to find his dad's killer. He also directed Zoo Warriors from the Magic Mountain and Detective D and the Mystery of the Phantom Flame, which I watched that movie. That movie sucked, and I bought the 3 movie collection for the Detective D movies, and the first one was scratched to shit, and I couldn't watch the ending. Wow, thanks a lot for that. But we're not here to, talk about that movie. We're here to talk about Seven Swords, which I thought was like a Chinese like homage to the Japanese Akira Kurosawa film Seven Samurai. Turns out it's not, and it's based off some book called Seven Swordsmen from Mount something. Which it's very funny because it has a similar plot to Seven Samurai. 7 exceptional swordsmen band together to save villagers from bounty hunters. That's like the one sentence description on I am on Google. Does that sound like Seven Samurai to you? Kinda. Well, instead of bounty hunters, it's like bandits and like the whatever. The movie stars Donnie Yen as Chu Zhao Nan, Leon Lai as Yang Young Chong, Charlie Yeoung as Wu Yanning, Sun Hongfei Honglei as General Firewind, who's the villain for this movie, Lu Li as Han Sebang, and La Car Leung as Fu Qingsu. So the movie is 2 hours and 30 minutes. And I had to watch because of I was busy. I had to watch the movie in like multiple sittings because I started it last night and I had to go to bed early, so I couldn't finish it last night. And I couldn't continue. I was busy all day, so I couldn't continue watching it till like like 5 o'clock, pretty much. Right, and which that's a shame because like how you can tell if a movie is good or not is if it keeps your attention, and because this took me multiple settings to watch. Like, that's a sign that it's not a good movie, but like that was because of circumstance, not because I was getting bored. Like that fucking Grave Encounters 2 movie, which I haven't posted yet, but I'll post later. which holy fuck, that movie took. I rent one of the reasons why I like to buy digital movies is because I'll rent it, and then if it sucks, it takes me like forever to watch it, and I have the anxiety of like, am I going to be able to finish this piece of shit before the time runs out? Which like, oh, I unfortunately I did. So the movie is about I guess it takes place during the 16th century, maybe 17th. I'm 100% sure because there's cannons in the movie. But what the movie is about is there was an imperial edict that martial arts is banned throughout China, and there's like 300 silver pieces goes for the head of a of a single martial artist. So what happens is that you have this army commanded by General Firewind, who goes around wiping out whole villages and collecting their heads to sell to the government and claiming that they're martial artists, right? Which a lot of the time they are, but like sometimes, like innocents. There are innocent bystanders, and like they don't give a fuck. They'll kill the women and children. The young and the old, which I don't really care about the old, but like that's the thing where they mention a lot in the movie. They'll kill the young and the old. I think women or children, like who cares if an old person is killed? Is killed. Like women and children. That's that's the fucked up part. And the movie is rated 18A, and it's pretty gory. You see arms and legs get cut off, heads fly off, right? So what ends up happening is you have this guy who's like an ex-minister called Fu, who's this old man who tries to stop General Firewind, gets injured, runs into a woman who is played by Charlie Yeoung, Wu, and they take out. She sees him, tries to help him. He's followed by another enemy soldier. They defeat them, and they go to her village and try to warn everybody. Hey, General Firewind is going around wiping out villages that have martial artists, and they're gonna come to this village, right? Eventually, right? And because the village are all trained in martial arts, so they can fend off bandits. Which isn't that the army's job? I guess not. Yeah. So two of our main characters, Wu and Han, and the old man go to Mount. I think it's called Mount Tian or something. It's in the subtitles. It's like Mount Heaven, which I should mention that I watched the movie with an English dub, and the subtitles they didn't match at all. And the English dub for this movie, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fucking terrible. It was clearly dubbed in like England or something, because like characters will have like random like English accents, and you have like bad American accents, and you have one guy who clearly voices the main villain and several other characters on both the good and bad side. Bad side, yeah. But they are two of our characters with Fu go to Mount Tian. They meet this legendary swordsmith and martial artist who has like 5 disciples who all are armed with legendary swords created by the legendary sword maker, who's like all the different swords have like different gimmicks, and the legendary swordsmith gives two swords to Han and Wu, who's from the village, and together with the other 5 swordsmen, they're the 7 swords, and they go and fight General Firewind and protect the village, which turns out turns out the bad guys have a spy a spy in the village, and it does not end well near the end of the movie. But like, yeah, so like there's also a subplot where like General Firewind has this Korean slave, and like Donnie Yen's character is supposed to be Korean, and they fall in love. And there's also drama where like um, the wife, or sorry, the fiance of Han, who's one of the seven swords but is from the village, his girlfriend, who is like the chief's daughter and like schoolmaster to like the kids, falls in love with like Sao Nin, which is Donnie Yen's character, which doesn't really go anywhere but provides some drama. Where like, oh, is Han gonna fight Chu Zhao Nan? And that turns out not to go anywhere because he knows, hey, this guy has the thing for the Korean girl, which like he Donnie Yen's character rescued from General Firewind, and General Firewind wants her back because she reminds him of this Korean girl he used to have work for him, who was which was his lover, and she was like a great spy and everything. So the movie feels a bit too long, and there's like a shitload of characters, and not a lot of like character development for like the seven swordsmen, which like only like I would say like one like I would say of the whole group, like maybe 2 or 3 of them have their characters like developed. Like you have the one character, Yeoung Chung, which is played by Leung, who's like who's helping the village despite the fact that his father was killed by this village because like because of reasons, and his dad told him in like his deathbed, hey, don't avenge me. So he's like working hard to defend this village that killed his father, which like that's very that's the thing where like in like kung fu movies and martial arts films, revenge is a big thing. So you have this guy who's like who's like letting go of his revenge so he can do the right thing and protect these people from these killers who are going to wipe out these people, and like just go to the next town. Which yeah, so I would say the movie, there's some great gory action scenes. And the swords have in the movie are pretty cool designs, especially like Donnie Yen's character's dragon sword, and you have Heaven's Fall was really cool, and like what was the other one? Deity, which is this big saw blade that's like super heavy. And like the guy swings it, and because it's so heavy, he just spins in circles and is still able to kick ass. It's the thing where the movie, you can probably get this movie for really cheap. If I were to give this movie a rating, it's like I would say it's like a 6.5 out of 10. Was going to give it a 7 out of 10, but I'm like, 7 swords, 7 out of 10. No, thank you. And like I forgot to mention, like there's some weird scenes in the movie that like felt a little out of place, but then it's like, oh, that was probably like a great scene from the book, and that's why it's there. Like there's a scene where like a character has to abandon his like not abandon, but like has to release his horse in the wild because they need to release all their horses except for a few good ones to confuse the enemy, right? So like that was a touching scene. And then there's this whole subplot about this one kid who doesn't get along with the other kids, and it doesn't. It's never really explained, but I guess it probably is in the book. But overall, I thought the movie was a great movie, great action scenes. Check it out. All right, guys, and our next movie review for March Martial Arts Madness Month is probably going to be the Jackie Chan and Jet Li movie, Forbidden. What was it called? Forbidden Kingdom. Oh fuck, I forget the name. I have it somewhere. Let me. Fuck. I had a stack of the movies and they just fell down. Like fuck. But yeah, like I have it somewhere. We'll. Yeah. So if you guys have any suggestions for March Martial Arts Madness Month, let me know in the comments. And that's all for today. All right. See you guys later. Peace.